What's up, y'all? So today I'm going to be listing my top 5 favorite Kingdom Hearts worlds. Let's get on with it. Now, at number 5, we have Olympus Coliseum. Olympus Coliseum is a decent world, a world which I like for this sheer reason, because you keep coming back to it. It's not a world where you visit it, you complete the story, you're done. So it's not that. Olympus Coliseum is, again, something you keep coming back to. It's got all these different cups and all these different fights, and it's also home to one of the most difficult fights in all of KH1, which is, of course, a bonus. Now, with Olympus Coliseum, we gotta also talk about the story, which I really did like. However, I do wish that they did a little bit more with it, kind of like how they did with KH2. Of course, this was improved in KH2, but specifically we're talking about KH1 worlds today. But yeah, Olympus Coliseum is my number 5. At number 4, we have Halloween Town. Now, Halloween Town is another Disney world, of course, which is one of my favorites as well. It's home to one of my favorite movies, Nightmare Before Christmas, and it's also a great world in terms of level design, as well as the awesome freaking cast of characters. Jack, Sally, the Doctor, and Oogie Boogie are all really good characters, and I like how Oogie Boogie is sort of a meme of his own these days with the KH community, and the world itself is pretty big for KH1 standards. Like the Olympus Coliseum is a lot smaller than Halloween Town, for example. Halloween Town, in my opinion, is a decently big world, and sometimes it can be confusing to get around it, but I do still enjoy it quite a bit. It's got a lot of interesting areas, and I really like what they overall did with the level design as well as the story aspect of things. Now let's go on to number 3, which is Neverland. Neverland is my favorite Disney world in KH period. Now, in KH1, I really did enjoy it quite a bit. Not as much as I did in Birth by Sleep, but in KH1 is where I really did enjoy the story of Neverland. Why? Because it really does provide us with the confirmation about Riku, what his plans are, and so on. And it also reunited Sora and Kairi, kinda, in a way, not really. Now, Neverland is also a beautifully designed world. Now, you may think, oh, but you're just on Captain Hook's ship. Yeah, but the ship itself has some interesting spots. The room where we have the mini boss fight with Shadow Sora. And I also do think that this was done for the hardware limitations, and I also did enjoy the Big Ben area, which we did get to visit a couple times as we were going through the world. And we cannot forget the flying mechanic, which I know not a lot of people are fans of, but I legitimately enjoyed it. And of course, we cannot forget the glide ability that you get to use in other worlds when you're not in Neverland. And now we're going to talk about Traverse Town, which is my second pick. Now, Traverse Town is one of the most beautiful places that we ever saw in KH. Traverse Town is the home world of the people who lost their original home worlds. That's why you see so many pedestrians and or NPCs in Traverse Town, because these are all people who lost their original homes. The Radiant Garden squad also ended up in Traverse Town after Radiant Garden was destroyed, and it also is where Sora ended up, of course, after Destiny Islands was destroyed. And this, in my opinion, is where the story starts getting real. Sora meets Donald and Goofy. We have some amazing fights like the guard armor, which I did have a lot of trouble as a kid, and it did break my nerves quite a bit. But Traverse Town is sort of the platform from which everything starts building up in the entire story. That's also why I really liked it. Now moving on to my favorite KH1 world, which is ultimately my second favorite KH world in general, which is Destiny Islands. Destiny Islands is the second most beautiful place that KH has ever seen. It's where everything starts out. It's where we meet the main characters of Sora, Riku, and Kairi. This is, of course, the foundation, the start of everything that's about to happen in the next 20 years of this series. But the real reason why I love this place so much is because of the level design. It's a beautiful tropical island kind of vibe with a nice beach and a lot of different cool little small locations, like the freaking bridge where you fight Riku, or the top up there, or the secret place, or any other location for that matter. Also, you have the other side of the island, which is where you have the race with Riku. And I mean, who doesn't love the race? Come on, let's be honest. And so yeah, Destiny Islands is my favorite KH1 world for these reasons that I just listed. And with that said, that's it for this top 5 list of my favorite KH1 worlds. What are your favorite KH1 worlds? Leave them in the comments. Do you agree with my list? Do you have a completely different list? Whatever it is, leave it in the comments below. I always like to read your stuff. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what I do here on YouTube, please consider giving me a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next video or stream, bye bye.